Honestly, I'm like trying to film right now and it's raining so heavily outside. I feel like you guys are going to be able to hear it. Anyway, hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a Q&A video because I have not filmed one in a long time. I used to do them fairly frequently on my channel, like, you know, once at least every like half year or so, and I feel like I have not filmed one in like 2 or 3 years maybe. I don't know. Can you hear the rain? I feel like this is really loud. Okay, give me one moment. You know what, guys? We're just gonna have to get started and you're gonna have to excuse the background noise. Luckily, this is just a chill video, so it doesn't matter too much, hopefully. If you want my t-shirt, it says can't be bothered. Down bar, I'll put a link. It is my t-shirt in collaboration with White Fox Boutique. Anyways, I asked for scandalous and interesting questions, so let's see what we've got here. Alright, so someone said, actually a few people have said, do you think you and Hamish will get married, or are you just enjoying life as it comes? We will definitely get married, I would say. I don't know when. I'm just kind of waiting for him to pop the question. I don't know if it'll be in a day or in 10 years. Like, I have no idea, and I don't mind too much. Like, I do really want to get married, but at the same time, we love each other and we're really happy together, and we own houses together, and like, we're about as committed as you can get to each other without being married, so I'm not too worried about it. But I do want to get married, and not because I believe in marriage, to be honest. Like, I don't really care about marriage. That's just my personal opinion. I just want to really get married because I want to have a really epic, huge party with all my friends and family and just celebrate love. I don't really care about like the document, if that makes sense. But yeah, I definitely want to get married. I definitely think we will get married. I think Hamish wants to get married. He's just waiting for the right time as well, because we've both got to be ready. And then someone said, do you think you'll have kids before marriage, or will you wait until you're married? I want to wait till after marriage. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's nice for my children to know that we were married and, you know, all of that stuff before having them. I just feel like it's the logical order, and I don't know why, because personally my parents were never married, and my parents had me when they were not married, obviously. I think I was an accident, to be honest. Their relationship never ever worked out or anything. They loved each other at one point in time, but, you know, like when I was very, very young, they split up. I just want to be married first so I can like talk about my wedding day to my children and show them pictures, and I don't know. It doesn't really matter though. Like, if I had kids beforehand, I don't really care, to be honest. What is the most rewarding thing about your job? Really hard question. I think one of the most rewarding things is probably like just the feedback I get from my viewers, which sounds cliche, I know, but people that say, you know, like I helped them with their confidence, or I helped them feel better about themselves for any which way, it's like very special, and I never thought I would get those kinds of comments. Do you know what I mean? It's a really amazing feeling when I meet people in real life and they tell me about, you know, how my videos have helped them in some way. And also, I think one of the really cool things about my job is how much makeup I get sent, even though I kind of hate it. It's good because I can give back. I really enjoy being able to do giveaways. I enjoy being able to donate so much makeup and beauty products to, you know, needy causes like Look Good Feel Better or the Women's Refuge. How old were you when you lost your virginity? Oh my gosh, I knew I was gonna get this question because I said scandalous questions, please, because I wanted to keep this interesting. I was way too young. I was with a boyfriend, so it's not like it was just, you know, a fling or anything like that. It was with someone that, you know, at that stage of my life I loved, or as much as I knew what love was, I loved him. But it was, I was too young. I don't actually know how young, but I believe I was under 15. My memory is actually shocking. I definitely think I was too young though. I look back and I'm like, you were just a baby. Do you know what I mean? Like a baby. My parents will probably watch this and be like so mad at me, but I was safe. I was very careful and everything. You know, the sex education did not go astray on me, but I don't think I was emotionally ready, and I just wish I'd waited longer. Definitely wish I'd waited longer. When did you know Hamish was the one? I'm not really quite sure about that. I think it was a gradual process. I feel like Hamish is my soulmate, but I didn't feel like it was love at first sight or anything. I don't believe in love in first sight or love at first sight. I believe in getting to know somebody and you click with somebody. Like, sometimes you'll click with them in a week, sometimes it'll take a while. For me and Hamish, we actually hated each other when we first met. Well, not hated, that's a very strong word, but we were not friends when we first met. You know, after a few months we kind of became friends, and it wasn't until a long time after that that we actually felt like closer than friends. And it kind of started off like kind of like friends with benefits kind of situation, but we just got along so well and had so much fun together. We were like best friends, and it turned into a lot more. We cared about each other, and we cared about each other in that way, and here we are. I think our love just grew and grew, and it still grows. Like, I still sometimes look at him and I get butterflies and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like I just love him more all the time. I don't really know what moment I realized he was the one. I really don't. It's just been a gradual process, and I've known he's been the one for me for many years now. We've been together for like 5.5 years or so. I think it's 6 years in September, so yeah. Someone asked, how much do you spend a month on makeup, not including what's sent to you? Good question. Some months, like seriously, I will spend zero, like zero. Some months I'll spend probably like at most maybe $1,500, which is ridiculous. It's like when I film my, you know, reviewing the bestsellers on Ulta, for example. All of that makeup costs a lot of money, and then I've got to ship it over to New Zealand, so it does stack up. Some of my videos have cost me like $1,000 to film, so I do spend a lot sometimes, but then again, I don't film those all the time. So yeah, some months it's nothing, some months it's like $1,500, and then some months maybe, I don't know, because I don't really buy makeup unless it's for a video anymore. Like, I don't just go to the shop and buy one thing. I don't just buy like a mascara, I don't just buy a lipstick or anything. It's literally like all or nothing. Do you think of it as a blessing or as a curse being from / living in New Zealand? Definitely there are some pros and cons, but I would not move. I mean, I can't talk for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Who knows what will happen? But at this moment in time, and for the last 5 years of my life where I've kind of been in the position where I could like get up and move, I've never once felt the need to, because I love New Zealand so much. It's small, it's quiet, it's chill. I'm not about that like super rushed lifestyle. I do love Auckland, which is busy for me, but then once I go over to like LA or England or anything like that, like it's so full on, and I'm not made out for that lifestyle. I'm not used to it. I'm from a city that has like, I don't even know, like 80,000 people. So definitely I love how small and intimate and friendly New Zealand is. It's a safe place, it's friendly, and it's just beautiful. But it's definitely like a curse for some reasons with my job, because I get invited to so many of these big events, these big trips, getting invited to like big launches with like the Kardashians and like all of these different things, which I would love to do, but literally I live so far away and flights are so expensive. I could definitely do it if I really wanted to, but it's exhausting, like flying like 15 hours just to go to one event, and half the time they tell me about it like 2 days beforehand. So it's just so crap for that reason, to be honest, but that's the worst part. Everything else, like I love it. I don't really care if I don't get like as many subscribers and views and stuff, because I can't do collabs and stuff like that very easy. I still love it here, and I wouldn't change it because it's just my favorite place in the world. If you guys have not been to New Zealand, you need to come here. Besides makeup and YouTube, do you have any other hobbies? I sure do. Traveling, obviously, but most of all, I love traveling with Hamish and friends. I love going to new places in New Zealand and trying out like new restaurants and going to vineyards and wineries, nature walks, and just exploring, and going overseas with Hamish, of course. Really like to read, I like to game. I'm not like a huge gamer. At the moment I'm kind of getting into Fortnite, which is funny. And I love like Stardew Valley, Rayman, Sonic All-Stars Racing, Pixel Junk Monsters. What else do I play? I don't know, like so many little games, but I love gaming and just hanging out with my friends, like just relaxing, going to a BYO, having some like Indian food. Is that a hobby, eating? Someone said, how much does YouTube pay? Here's the tea. Okay, so off my views, you can't actually like say, like for sure you're not supposed to say anyway. Off my views personally, I make, was it 5 digits? Wait, yeah, 5 digits a month. But I won't say exactly how many. But it's a lot. Like, it's really amazing. I'm very lucky. However, most of my money goes straight back into tax. Woo! And GST. Yay! Love it. It's really sad looking at that number. But hey, for New Zealand's economy, it's all good. It's all good. It's all happy. For sponsorships, you know, like it varies. Like for certain things, you may get paid hundreds. For some other things, you know, like it depends how much work you're doing, what kind of brands they are, what kind of post it is, like if it's a Snapchat or if it's an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a video, a dedicated video or a part video. You could get paid thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands. It completely depends. To be honest, like on the terms of YouTubers, I get paid way less than others, but it's still amazing money. But I get paid way less because I live in New Zealand and our brands don't pay the same amount as the United States of America. And also, like, there's so many YouTubers out there these days getting like way more hits and stuff than I am. You'd be absolutely shocked at how much money, you know, some YouTubers make, and it's amazing. I mean, anyone can do it, so there you go. Just don't start a YouTube channel if your like main incentive is to get paid, because it takes so long to even get to the point of making like hundreds of dollars. I remember when I was like, what was I, like 18, 19 when I first started and I was first making like good money. I still like wasn't at the point where I could ever move out of home, and I was like that for a long time. It's like a process. So yeah, I'm in a very lucky position. So I do like to give back. I mean, I don't talk about it a lot in videos, like what I'm donating and stuff, because it is personal. But you know, I make sure to do my part. Do you ever reject big brand trips because you don't want to be in the presence of other gurus you can't stand? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Not so much like YouTubers I can't stand, but I have rejected brand trips because of my own insecurity. Like I've been offered these trips to like, I don't know, just amazing places. I don't want to go into too much detail because it might give away like, you know, who I'm talking about and the brands. Can you hear that rain? Oh my god, it's so loud. I can't even like freaking hear myself talking right now. I have turned down trips because I'm super intimidated by people, and I look at their bodies and how perfect they are, even though the tea, I know for a fact that their bodies are not like natural, you know, bit of like sucking, inserting, trimming, all sorts of stuff. Regardless, they look bomb. Sometimes I just don't want to be like photographed next to these people. Like I already get stick for how I look. I don't really want to get like, you know, abused because I don't look like that. But hey, like I'm not gonna lie, like I am confident, but I still feel a little bit insecure sometimes. It's only human nature for a lot of us. I feel like I'm confident, but I still just don't want to subject myself to being, yeah, like I just know every comment on every photo and every video would just be like, oh, you don't look like that, when every other girl and boy are just flawless and perfect. I don't know. Is that horrible? I feel like I'm being horrible to myself as well, like, and not all of them have been like nip-tucked, but a lot. You know, it's a lot more common on YouTube than you would realize. And sometimes I just can't be bothered. Like I said before, like it's so much travel from New Zealand, so it doesn't always work out. What stopped you from being friends with Carissa? I get this question all the time. It was more a misunderstanding and miscommunication. I don't want to go into too much detail. To be honest, I wish her the best, and I'm sure she's like still, like she was a really great person. I'm sure she still is a really great person, but it was more just a trust thing. Something happened and I was kind of like, what's going on? And then it was like this big back and forth, and the trust was a little bit broken, and then I was kind of still friends with her and she was still friends with me, and then eventually it was just kind of like whatever. Some people were on her side after this big misunderstanding where she got booted out of one of my groups for doing something. One of the admins booted her out and booted out other people, and it was just like this huge drama. I was a bit hurt with how that was handled as well, instead of just, it was just bad. Like that was another, like that was the second misunderstanding, and I was just over it. It was just like, I don't know, it was just a big mess. Trust me, there are some terrible people out here on YouTube, and I don't think she's one of them. It was just, like I said, a big misunderstanding, and it just kind of hurt our friendship, I guess. Someone said, I'm not a fan of Q&As, they're very boring. Sorry. What is the best piece of life advice that you've ever learned? Hamish taught me this, but it is to not stress over what you cannot control. Have you ever had any bad experiences with other YouTubers? If so, what experience was that? One that you guys have heard of, because the other person did a whole video about it, and then, you know, it got turned into this like drama channel, you know, coverage. Everyone was talking about it. I won't say names, but people will probably live in the down bar. Just like something that happened that was completely untrue, and I was literally there with a brand, and the brand representative who was there with us saw the whole thing and literally saw that video, because the brand, which trip it was, we were in Vegas, and that brand flew us over. And so the brand saw the video and were like, what was happening here? Talked to the representative, and she was just like, this did not happen. Basically a YouTuber just made out this video to make it sound like I did a certain thing or whatever, and it was just so exaggerated. You know, it's pretty shit when that kind of thing happens, but I'm not even surprised. Like, honestly, I was not even surprised. I'm a very shy person, and I guess people take it the wrong way, and even then they still made up just false, like, it was just such a joke. So that's probably the worst YouTuber experience I've had. It wasn't in person, it was just like, you know, months and months later when they decided to try and make this video for hits, for views or whatever. Will you ever talk about why you had to move out of your dad so quickly and what the situation was? Yes, I've been watching you for that long. Wow, throwback. It's such a hard topic for me to talk about, and I love my dad so much. I want to say that. Like, I love my dad to pieces. I feel like I'm gonna cry. We've just like got a hard relationship. It's so messed up because he loves me so much and I love him so much, but there are other factors which I don't want to say because it's really personal and it's no one else's business. But unfortunately, like, our communication is not good, and it resulted in him just asking me to leave, and so I did. And then I think I upset him because I actually left because I was just sick of it. And yeah, it's so hard to talk about without telling you exactly, you know, the situation. But we love each other dearly. You know, he's not like physically abused me or anything like that. It's nothing like that. I love him, he loves me. We just don't talk very often, and yeah, just hard out communication. And I just honestly, I just needed to get out and have my own space and do things for myself and not, yeah, I don't know. It's just a really hard situation. But yeah, I love him a lot. I see him sometimes, not very often. He does live in Palmerston North here. But he does just enjoy his own company, so. But yeah, luckily Hamish's parents took me in. We weren't even like, well, we'd just been dating, like, we'd just started dating, me and Hamish, and they were like, oh yeah, you can move in here. And then Hamish got a job up in Auckland, like, and we just moved. And it was kind of weird, you know, like, me and Hamish had been dating for like a month or two, and all of a sudden I was living with him. It was really crazy, but it all worked out okay. But it definitely, yeah, it was a crazy time, and I think it needed to be done though. I think I needed to get out of the house and I needed to just do my own thing, even though it's not like I was super old or anything. What was I, like 18, 19 or something? It's not like I was too young to move out or anything. But yeah, I was just asked to leave, so I left. I didn't do anything bad either. I was just living my life, and it was just, yeah, it's messed up. Any bad boyfriend stories before Hamish? Not really. I mean, I've only been in a couple of relationships, and my previous relationship never worked out just because I think we were very young when we first started going out, and I think, you know, we did love each other, but I think we grew apart. You know, we were so young when we met and when we started dating that by the time we were like 14 to 18, 19, however old I was, I can't even remember. I told you I've got a bad memory. That's a lot of growth as a person in that time, and we both changed a lot, and I don't think we were on the same path in life. He wasn't really a bad boyfriend. I think we did not understand each other, and I think we were very unfair to each other towards the end. And I think in the very beginning of our relationship, like, I think we both manipulated each other a lot, to be honest. Well, I didn't know what a healthy relationship was. Now I do. I look back and I'm like, that relationship was not healthy. Do you know what I mean? I think we used each other's emotions against each other a lot to get what we wanted. That sounds so deep. I don't think our relationship was very healthy, especially in the beginning. And, you know, in the middle it was great, and then as we got older, we just weren't good together whatsoever. Have you ever done anything petty as revenge? Not really. I mean, I did something, but I wouldn't really call it petty revenge. Okay, here's what happened. So going on from my ex, when I broke up with him, he said he told one of my friends he was about to break up with me too, so we were on like a similar page. But when I broke up with him, it was like right before his 21st, which I know sounds like a dicky move, but to me, in my mind, I was like, it's just as dicky to stay with someone for their 21st just because it's their 21st and then dump them straight afterwards. Like, I wasn't about to just be fake and stay with him just cause. So it was like a week before his 21st or something, and I'd helped to do all the slideshows and everything with his mom, and that was all good. And then I broke up with him. And then before that, I was planning this big trip to Fiji for us both, because we'd never really gone overseas like that together. And so I paid for it all, it was all finished, and I felt really bad because of the 21st thing. I was like, this is kind of bitchy, but at the same time, like I said, it was just as bad in my mind to carry on through and do it straight afterwards anyway. Like, then I'm gonna be on all of his 21st photos and everything, and it's like, yeah, and then the next day she broke up with me, or like next week or whatever. So I basically said to him, like, when we first broke up we were on good terms, but then it got to the point where I was kind of like, look, we're not together anymore and I don't want to talk to you, which sounds savage, but I personally don't believe in being friends with someone that you've dated for so long. I think you can be friends with someone if you have like a one night stand or friends with benefits, or you've been dating for a month or something and you're like, nah, this isn't right, and you can still be friends afterwards. But personally, I know I couldn't be friends with someone that I'd literally like been with for a quarter of my life. Like, that's just how I felt personally. I know everyone's different and some people can do it, but I couldn't. And I had to say, because I was so upset, I was just like, look, I can't talk to you right now. Like, maybe in the future we can chat again, but like right now we've broken up and now I need a bit of space. But before that happened, I said, yeah, you can go to Fiji, take a friend, you know, this was for you, it's your 21st and I feel bad. And so did that, and then he was just like, nah, and I was like, sweet as, so I'm gonna go anyway and I'm gonna take my best friend Kelly. So we went to Fiji and it was really fun, and I'll remember that trip for the rest of my life. Is that petty? It's not like I'm just not gonna go, like I'm not just gonna like throw the flights away, like it was expensive, right? Is that bitchy? I don't know if that counts. Okay, now we're gonna finish with a very important question. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes? I would way rather have fingers for toes, because at least I could hide them. Imagine having little toe stumps on your hand, like, ugh. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, thumbs up and comment below and let me know, because I can do some more if you want to hear some more. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.